Yes, welcome back, my dear students. I welcome you for second session. In this session, I am going to explain you the concept verb. I am very confident and I hope that you have understood my previous session in depth. Please, it is my sincere request to all of you, my dear students, please understand this concept verb. What you have learned, this concept for 10 years is not sufficient at all. We have to learn this concept in a different way, on a different path. Please, today, what I am going to teach you will help you to some extent. You are going to learn so many new things, I promise you. I will teach this one nearly for 3 hours. Please learn this one. Please. Now, I open this second session with the concept verb. What is a verb? Verb is an action word. You know this one very well. You have learned this one very well. I know that one very well. That you know this one very well. Okay, let us see. Next. A word is a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence. Okay. Some students know this one only. Some students may know this one only. Many students might have known both these two. Yes, but do you expect me to teach or to follow some printed grammar books, some others teaching? It is not my habit to follow any grammar book, any human's teaching method. I have my own rules, my methods, and my ideas and concepts. I will show what is the real verb today within these 3 hours. You might have known this concept in this manner. What is a verb? A verb is a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence. A verb is an action word. Okay. Ready-made food. Okay. How many types of verbs are there? Take. Modal, main verb, helping verb, modal verbs, transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, regular verbs, irregular verbs, linking verbs, gerund, participle, so many verbs. Do you feel that these all are required? Do you feel that this is the method to learn the concept verb? It is totally a flop indeed. I will show how easily we can understand the word without any single word's help. I don't take any rule out of these two. I don't take any this word. I will make you learn well of this concept word. Now, I will teach you this one in the best way or manner or channel. Now, first, okay, I will come to your way. Verb is an action word. Okay, I feel happy that you know it very well. Okay, an action word. Okay. Now, how to prove that this is wrong totally? Now, what is this sentence or line? I silent. It is a sentence or not? It is a sentence. There is a verb or not? There is a verb. Okay. Without any verb, we can never say or write any sentence in English language. Now, what is the verb in this sentence? Silent is the verb. Yes, sir. If you say that silent is the word, but I am not doing any action here, silent means what? Keeping quiet. Does this silent word indicate any kind of action? When there is no action in this sentence, how can you say that there is a verb in this sentence? It is the actual way what verb should be understood and learned by you. It is why, my dear students, we never follow any grammar rule or book or method. We must have our own ideas and genius things. Today, you are going to learn with this one without any grammar book rule. I will explain this concept of verb. Please, my sincere request to you, focus on the teaching. Understand each and every word and explanation and the line. Please, if you can understand this one easily, your English will become easier for you. Now what? Your style of English will change if you can learn this concept. What? Okay. Now, we have so many organs: hands, legs, eyes, brain, heart. Which is the most important organ? We can say that all organs are important. Okay, no problem. But which organ stops working means we are called dead. That is means heart. Heart is important for all humans, but similarly, the verb is important for all sentences. Verb is the heart of our language, English. This is the main concept today. Listen, I will explain how this is the greatest blunder what we have committed in our life. Silent is not a verb. Why? Why am not doing any action? Then, what is the parts of speech of silent? Then, is there any verb word in this one? I will not explain the meaning of verb. I will not explain all types of verbs. It is not my job to load you with so many different confusion concepts. Never, never, never. I will teach these all concepts with one line, that is very in the simple manner. Now, silent is not a verb. Then what is this? In the end of this session, I will explain what is the parts of speech of this word silent. I will explain. First, let us understand the basic information about this parts of speech word. Now, you remember just 3 words. Just only 3 words which are related to this one. That is the new method what I am going to give you. One word is doing. Another word being. Another word having. Remember these 3 words. These 3 words will give the correct definition to the verb. We don't want meaning, definition, explanation. It is nothing. How many types of verbs are there? We don't want. We want how to understand all verbs in this session. Now, remember 3 words: doing, being, having. It must become like doing Japan. Doing, being, having. If you can remember these three words, you can remember whole concept of this verb itself. Please memorize. Doing, being, having, this is enough in you. By memorizing or remembering these three words will help you to remember all kind of verbs in this English language. Now, you must be ready with one notebook. I will guide you how to write what I am. Nearly, I am going to write 20 words on the board. Now, I will divide this. You feel that this board itself is a page. I am going to use 80% of the page left to corner. First concept, doing concept. Later, being concept and having concept. And I will explain you now how to use your notebook. Be ready with the notebook and pen. And now I will show you how to make entry of the words what I am going to write now. Please have some gaps between line by line. For example, after writing doing, give one line gap. Write being, write having, but if you make entry directly, it will not work. Now, okay, take this notebook now, your notebook. It is my notebook. Okay, open the page. Go to second or third page. You feel that it is the second page. Okay, change this notebook into this direction. You must take these two pages as one page. 80% of the page should be used to write the concept of doing. Remaining being and having concepts can be written in the remaining 20% of the page. Now take this notebook, you take double pages and take 80% of this page as the first part. Remaining two concepts can be written in the remaining 20% of the page. Mention English, concept, verb. You don't write anything. Now you start writing what I am going to write now on the board. Okay. Now I will start explaining this concept verb. First, headline verb. Okay. Frame a line now. 1. Doing. You take until here. You take the space in your page nearly 70 or 80% which percent pages in your book. Now, headline is doing. You can write in the middle also. Doing. First one. What is the meaning of doing the verb? We don't want meaning of anything. We want to learn the verbs. That is enough. Doing means main verb. What is the meaning of first word out of 3? You have learned that verb means, remember, 3 words. Doing, being, having. In the dream also, in the sleep also, doing Japan, doing, being, having. You can cover all words and in this concept verb. Now, doing means main verb. What is called main verb? How many types of main verbs are there? Irregular verbs and irregular, regular, transitive. Oh, no. We don't need those all things. We want our own things. Now, main verb must be divided into 3 parts. What is those things? V1, V2, V3. Once more. Main verb must be divided into 3. V1 means verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. verb 4, verb 5. There are 18 types of verbs, but we don't need verb 4 also. We don't need verb 5 also. Then how to say other two verbs? I am here to give the easiest method indeed. Now, V1 means present tense. V2 means past tense. V3 means what I will explain after 10 minutes. Just wait. It is my sincere request to you. You must have two qualities in yourselves. What is that one? First, concentration and interest and slow. You must have patience. You must have interest. You must concentrate. Then only you can understand English very well indeed. Now, V1 present tense, V2 past tense, V3 wait for 10 minutes. That's all. What is the example for present tense? Now, go 1. When, gone. Next, come, came, come. See, saw, seen. Kill, killed, killed. Wash, washed, washed. You must wait for some minutes to understand the other two concepts that are being and having. Just wait. First I will explain. I won't explain the meaning now also. I will explain how to understand the written words now. Doing means main verb. Divide main verb into three parts. V1, V2, V3. V1 means present tense, V2 means past tense, V3 means wait for 10 minutes. Go, present tense. Went, past tense. Gone. Come, present tense. Came, past tense. Again come. See, present tense. Saw, past tense. Seen. Kill, present tense. Killed, past tense. Killed. Wash, present tense. Washed, past tense. Washed. Wait, now. How to understand? I will explain. Go, went, gone. Go present tense, went past tense, both are same or different? Different. Past tense and V3 both are same or different? Different. So, I go, okay. I went past tense. Wait for the usage of got. I come, I came, I come. I see, I saw. I kill, I killed. I wash, I washed. Okay. Present tense means what? Today. I go to college today. I come to college today. I see the movie today. I kill a lion, not a rat. I kill a lion today. I wash something today. But I went to college yesterday or 100 years ago also no problem. There is no time limit for past tense. I went to college yesterday, I came to college yesterday, I saw the movie yesterday, I killed a tiger yesterday, I washed the clothes yesterday. That means, V2 means, imagine, not only yesterday, I went to London 50 years ago. I saw the movie 100 years ago. I killed an elephant 1000 years ago. You take any time period or duration, it is not a matter. Now, the point is now. Now, I go to college means first I will use some Kannada sentences normally for your kind information. I don't use Kannada, but there may be some students require Kannada meanings. It is why I will explain with these four examples. I will use explaining in Kannada. Now, I go to college means what is the meaning in Kannada? I go to college. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ. I know, you know, I go to college, ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ. Okay. Now see, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. What is the meaning? Yes, if you know the answer, be ready. It is not. Next, I see the movie. ನಾನು movie ನೋಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೋಡ್ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ನೋಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. What is the meaning? Yes? Okay. I kill a lion. ನಾನು ಲಯನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸಾಯಿಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸಾಯಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. What is the correct meaning? Do you know the correct meaning? Do you know how to use V1? It is the biggest thing what we have to learn. There are so many new things you are going to learn. Next, I went to college. I will explain. You don't think that I will skip anything. Just wait. I went to college. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. What is the correct meaning? I saw, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ನೋಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. What is the meaning? I will explain now. First, next. See, V2, V3, both are same or different? Different. We can identify. I see V1, I saw V2, I see V3. Just wait. I am saying I gone, I seen. Just for the purpose of using this V3, just wait for 10 minutes. Now, killed. V2, V3, both are same or different? Here, went and gone, both are different. We can identify that went is V2, gone is V3. But saw means V2, seen means V3. We can identify. Now I will give you two sentences by using I killed a rat yesterday. V2 na, V3 na, killed. If you say V2, I will say V3. If you say V3, I will say you have used this V2. Then how to prove from your part that we have used V2 or V3 particularly? Here also, I washed my car. Which is the V2? Which is the V3? How can we prove that we have used particular V2 or V3? How can we prove that this one belongs to V3, this one belongs to V3? How to prove? This is the thing. If you know, your English will be refined. You are going to learn the advanced English indeed. Now, next, listen. Now I will explain the meaning of each and every group of words. I go to college. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. That's all. ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕ? No. It is why I go to college. ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಆರ್ ನಾಳೆ. I go to college today. I go to college tomorrow. How can we say that I go to college tomorrow? There are so many concepts. I cannot enter into so deeply because I have to give you the minimum outline of this concept. But now, I come to college. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ. Action will begin. Action has not begun. This is the important thing. I see the movie. Movie ನೋಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. I watch the movie. Actually, I watch the movie, but I am giving you I see the movie. I know what is the correct word for movie. You know it better. You may catch me later. It is why I am saying my fault now itself that I see the movie. No, I watch the movie. I watch TV. I see the TV. It is a blender, butler, English. Now, I ಸಾಯಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. That's all. I wash ತೊಳೆಯುತ್ತೇನೆ. That's all. I go ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I come ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ. I see ನೋಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. I kill ಸಾಯಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. I wash ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. Next, I laugh ನಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I give ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. I take ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. I write ಬರೆಯುತ್ತೇನೆ. I read ಓದುತ್ತೇನೆ. I laugh ನಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I run ಓಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. That's there is no special meaning to this V1 present tense verbs. Next, what is the meaning of went? Went means I went to college tomorrow. Correct or no? I went to college today. That to some extent that can be used. We don't need those all things. We want correct meaning of particular meaning of each and every word. I went there. That's there. That's not. ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. These all are unrelated to V2. I went there. I came ಬಂದೆ. I saw ನೋಡಿದೆ. ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. No. I saw ನೋಡಿದೆ. I killed ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. No. Killed means ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. Past tense. ಸಾಯಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಸಾಯಿಸಿದೆ. ವಾಶ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. No. ಮಾಡಿದೆ. I came ಬಂದೆ. I laughed ನಕ್ಕೆ. I cried ಅತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ cried. ಅದು ಅತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಈ ಅತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ. Both look same but different meanings. Okay. Now, I ran ಓಡಿದೆ. I walked ನಡೆದೆ. I begged ಹೊಡೆದೆ. In this order. I lifted ಎತ್ತಿದೆ. ಎತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಎತ್ತಿದೆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ನಗುತ್ತೇನೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ನಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಬಂದೆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಹೋದೆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. This is the meaning what you should learn now itself. If you can learn this concept now itself, you have started to learn the correct English in the correct path. Please. If you have not understood this concept now, stop this video now, go back and start playing from the beginning once more, then it will become clear for you forever. Please respect my request. Now, two things you must understand now. When V2, V3 both are same, how to analyze the difference between V2 and V3? This is the concept. Next concept. I go ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I went ಹೋದೆ. Once more. I go ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ present tense. I went ಹೋದೆ past tense. Now second problem. I gone means what? I go ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I went ಹೋದೆ. I gone ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. What is the meaning of V3? I gone. Next. I see ನೋಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. I saw ನೋಡಿದೆ. I see means what? Yes. Note down your answer. I will give the correct meaning of this word. Then 25% of your mistakes will be corrected. This is the biggest problem. Next step. Have you understood my concept? Once more, I will explain. Listen. I go ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I went ಹೋದೆ. I gone means what? You can note down this meaning in Kannada itself. You show me, I will feel proud of you. I am very happy. I am eagerly waiting for your amazing answers. You note down the meaning of this sentence in Kannada itself. You show me, I will be happy, my dear students. I see, ನೋಡುತ್ತೇನೆ, I saw, ನೋಡಿದೆ, I seen means what? This is the biggest secret among these three V1, V2, V3 words. Now, listen. Next. This is present tense, this is past tense. What is the tense of V3? Another stage. I am slowly, gradually taking to the higher level. Be ready for all kind of stages of learning. Please cooperate with me. Please concentrate and learn it slowly. If you are unable to catch the teaching at present, go back, replay the video, catch each and every line. If you skip this line, later lines cannot be understood by you. If you don't understand this concept, then onwards everything will be confusing. That is why I request you to understand this concept very well. This is the major thing what we must learn. Now, present tense here, past tense here, what is the tense of this V3? Note it down your answer. Show it to me later. Okay. What is the difference between how to divide V2, V3? This is the main thing. Do you want to know? Yeah, I will explain. Yeah. Now see. Present tense, if I write, I go to college. Present tense. Today. I went to college. Yesterday. I gone to college. Now, please understand. Please understand. This understanding, this one will change your style of English now. Please. Now, listen. What is this? Now onwards, please, you have to understand in this manner that V1, V2, V3, V form, F form, there are so many. I will give you new concepts. Catch that one. I hope that you have written. These are things you note down. These three sentences also I will explain now. What is the word go? What is the what type of main word? It is called main word V1. Main word V1. ನಾನು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. Today present tense. Okay. I went. Main word V2. Okay. Now, because of this word, this V1 shows that this action is falling under present tense. How many types of tenses are there? Oh, you know it better. Present tense, past tense, future tense. Okay. We have learned these all things in advance, but I will teach you so many advanced things. Just wait. I went to college yesterday. Went means main verb V2. We don't require main verb here. V1, V2. Now, I gone to college. V3. Now please catch my these next two lines. Here, I means we don't need those are silly things. Noun, pronoun, singular, plural. That time is over. We claim that this is subject. That's enough. I means subject, I means subject, I means subject. It is verb V1, V2, V3. Now, please, I go to college. Means, can we this sentence give correct meaning or not? Full meaning, not correct meaning, full meaning. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಇಂದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. Close. Perfect meaning. This sentence is a full meaningful sentence. Yes or no? Yeah. I went to college yesterday. Full meaning. Full sentence or not? Full sentence. This means it is a meaningful sentence. Meaningful. Now starts correct. Now I gone to college means which tense? What is the tense of this one? This is important. Please. I will refer to, I will come back to this one. There is a question mark here. What is the tense of V3? Again I am asking you, what is the meaning of I gone to college today or yesterday or tomorrow? Please tell me. I gone to college today or yesterday or tomorrow or never or forever. Yes. Solve this one. Yes. Can you solve? I will give the solution here. Yes. I am here to make you better. Now, please follow my teaching now. I gone to college is totally a wrong sentence. I can prove. It is totally a wrong, blunder, mistake sentence. It is not correct. Have understood? I gone to college. I seen the movie. I written a letter. Write a note, written V3. Why? Now I will tell you. I will come back. Once more. Please understand. I go to college. Meaningful sentence. You see here. Is there any helping verb? No helping verb. But meaningful sentence. I went to college. V2. Before V2. Is there any helping verb? No helping verb. But meaningful sentence. Here V3. Main verb. Is there any helping verb? No helping verb. But is it a meaningful sentence? It is not a meaningful sentence indeed. You catch this point first. First of all, V3. Here I gone to college. I written a letter. I seen a movie. Totally wrong sentences. Wrong. Then what is the correct? If it is a wrong sentence, why our great English masters have created V3? That to do without any tense. Why? It is the secret what we have to learn. We are here to learn the most modified, refined, advanced English. Yes, my duty to teach you better. I hope that you are understanding and following. Please. Now, V1 present tense, V2 past tense, V3 no tense. Once more. V1 present tense, V2 past tense, V3 no tense at all. Please. Rule number 1. Once more. I can teach you for hundreds of times if you have interest in it. Now, once more. V1 present tense, V2 past tense, V3 no tense at all. You never can say that V3 falls under present tense, no. Past tense, no. Future tense, no. All mixture, maybe. Let us see later. Now, I go without helping verb, it is okay. I went V2 without any helping verb, okay. I gone V3 without any helping verb is not okay. Please. Without any helping verb, we never can use V3. This is the secret what you must realize now itself. What is the secret? We three verbs never can be used without any helping verb. Please note it down. Please note it down. We three verbs never can be used without any helping verb. Without the help of helping verbs, we three never can be used, including myself. Now, then, gone is a meaning, not a full meaning verb. Since we three can never be used without any helping verb. This is the rule number one. Then, what kind of helping verbs must be used? Then only, it is why I have written there, being and having. I will explain with the two, being and having, then you can understand. Once more, we never can be used without the helping verb. What kind of helping verbs should be used? To know the meaning of this V3, what is the tense of V3? I will explain after writing being and having verbs. Okay, have you understood? The summary of these words is that I go, meaningful, boguteme, I went, meaningful, ode, I gone, no meaning at all. V1 present tense, V2 past tense, V3 no tense, no tense, no tense. No helping verb must be there before V3, not after V3, please. Helping verb must be there before V3, not after V3. How to understand this concept? Now listen. Now, what is the value or worth of 000? Only 0. It is called V3. No value, no tense. You write now number 1 here. What is the value now? 1000. Imagine that helping verb is this one. V3 is 0. Without helping verb, this V3 is meaningless. Without 1, there is no meaning of these zeros. Similarly, helping verb must be there. What kind of helping verb? I will explain. Now, helping verb and main V3, it is why we must understand this concept that without helping verb, V3 can never be used directly. There is no tense at all to V3 without the helping verb. Please understand. If I am using directly, I gone to college, there is no tense. But when I am taking one helping verb, if I write any helping verb before V3, then it gives the tense indeed. Remember, 0 and 1. 1 belongs to helping verb, zeros belong to V3. Without 1, zeros have become nil. This is the hero, this is the 0. It is why, my dear students, without any helping verb, we never can use V3. What is the difference between V2 same, V3 same? I will explain now. So, I am going to write two types of helping verbs. I will explain how to use those helping verbs to this main verb V3. This is the concept of main verb. Yes. I hope that you have understood this concept. Now I am going to write being and having. What is the meaning of being? What is the meaning of having? It will be explained by me now and after removing these words. Okay. I am going to explain being forms and having forms. Whether being forms and having forms are main verbs or helping verbs, I will explain after explaining these words. Later, main verbs, helping verbs will be explained in this session itself. Now, I am going to explain now how to make entry in your book. Anyhow, you have taken 80% of your page to write this concept main verb. Now, the remaining 20% you write being forms and having forms. Being forms, write neatly, leave some enough space word to word, then you can understand that one very easily. Now, note it down. Being form means be forms. Be form verbs. What are called be form verbs? Am, is, are, was, were. Am, is, are, was, were. Be form verbs. Next, having. Having form means have form verbs. What are called have form verbs? Now I will write only 3 words. Have, has, had. Okay, notice the words now. Being means be form verbs, having means have form verbs. Whether they are main verbs or helping verbs, you will come to understand or learn later. First of all, be form verbs are am, is, are, was, were. How many verbs are here? 5. We will teach with the help of short form only, not write am, write is, no. Be form, have form, do form, V1, V2, V3. We will use short form of the verbs in this way. My dear students, it is your duty to learn the short names of these words. Being forms, underline. Being form, be form verbs, having form, have form verbs. Now, have you understood? I hope, please understand. Now, here the rule is that V1 can be used without any helping verb directly. V2 can be used without any helping verb. We can use directly. V3 we never can use without the help of any helping verbs. It is the law. Now, I am taking you to the next stage. What is this? Now, without the helping verb, V3 never can be used. One rule. Next rule. What kind of verbs, helping verbs can be used? Once more. What kind of helping verbs can be used? That is the question what we have to understand. Answer is, we can use 2 types of helping verbs before V3. Once more, we can use 2 types of helping verbs before V3. Not both together. Only 1 out of 2. We cannot use 2 together side by side. No. Salt and sugar never become one. In this order, 2 be form and have form never become one. Now listen. We must use be form or have form helping verb before V3. To make you understand this concept, I have created doing, being, having. After understanding this concept only, you can understand the next concept in this session. It is why, my dear students, understand this concept. Be form helping verbs or have form helping verb must take place before V3. Then only it will become a full meaningful sentence, a complete sentence. It is the law of English. It is a compulsory. Now, be form or have form. Now, for example, what are called be form verbs? Am, is, are, was, were. Be form verbs. Have, has, had, have form verbs. Now, you have understood this one. Next, how to use this one? Now, I will explain. It looks very funny indeed. Now, for example, Yam is a present tense. Was, were, past tense. Have, has, present tense. Had, past tense. Once more. Yam is are present tense. Was, were, past tense. Have, has, present tense. Had, past tense. It is enough. I will not go to further forward. I will explain once when it is required. Now let us understand how to use these words. To use weekly as a meaningful main verb. Now listen. Now see, what is the sentence? I have killed. What is the sentence? I am killed. It is sentence number 1, sentence number 2. Yes or no? Once more. I have killed, sentence number 1. I am killed, sentence number 2. Now, next stage. What is this? Subject. What is this? Have form, helping verb. Let us understand have form. That is enough indeed. It is called what now? Wait. It is called subject. It is called be form. It is called what? Now listen. Without helping verb, killed is called V2. With a helping verb, it is called V3. Please catch this point. Once more. Without helping verb, be form or have form, it is a V2. With the helping verb, have form, it is called V3. It is the major thing. Here see. Killed, same, told, washed, baked, lived. I killed V2. I have killed V3. I told V2. I have told V3. I washed V2. I have washed V3. Please understand. Have you understood? So, what is the formula? Have form or be form plus V3 is the formula. Once more. Have form or be form verbs plus V3 is the formula to use this one in the proper and best manner. Now the main question is pending. I will explain another secret. Now, the sentence number 1, sentence number 2, out of these two, which is the correct one? My dear students, I have killed, I am killed. So whether sentence number 1 is correct or sentence number 2 is correct, please note down the answer. Yes. If you say sentence number 1 is correct, if you say sentence number 2 is wrong, if you say sentence number 2 is correct, if you say sentence number 1 is wrong, totally it is wrong indeed. Then, both are wrong or both are correct. It is the best thing what we have to learn now. I have killed, I am killed. What is this? Have form. Have form plus V3. Here be form plus V3. Which is correct? Both are correct or both are wrong? Both are correct. For your kind information, my dear students, both are correct, but meaning is very dangerous. Totally saying the meaning of these two sentences. Now, I have killed. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. That's all. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. No, no, no. No confusion at all in English. I have killed. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have gone. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have seen. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have told. ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೋ. ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೋ. ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೋ. No, no. There is no other meaning. I have told. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have washed. ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have baked. ಬೇಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have beaten. ಹೊಡೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. It is the point. Yes. Have you understood? Have you understood? I have written. ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have ran. I have written. ನಾನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have read. ಓದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have opened. I have closed. I have seen. I have told. I have beaten. I have kicked. ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Then, have you understood? If you have understood this concept later only, you can understand this concept B1 plus B3. Yes, please, my dearest students, if you have not understood this concept, go back and play the video once or twice. Understand this concept first, later you try to understand this concept B1 plus B3. Now, so, I have killed. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Okay, very good. That means what? Action is done by me. Please catch my every word, otherwise it will create some confusions in your mind and brain and heart. Action what? Killing is done. Please, done by I or for I? This is the question. Killing is the action done by I or done to you or to you, to I. Once more. Killing action is done by I or killing action is done to I. Which is correct? Think. Take 2 minutes. No problem. It is why, my dear students, I am here to make it clear for you. Now listen. Action is done by I. This is the main thing. The action is done by I. It is why action is completed by I itself. I have killed. Completely action is over. I kill, no action. I am killing, incomplete action. Action has started, but action is not over. Under V2, action is over. Under how form or B form plus V3, action will be over. Please understand. This is not so easy indeed, my dear students. It is why you have to play this video often and often, learn this well, then only you will come to the level of PUC. Yeah. My dear students, next, action is done by I. It is very clear. Diamond cut clear. Now let us take. I am killed. That means listen. What is this help? Please. What is this help? What is this down? What is this help form? What is this B form? Once more. What is this help? What is this help form? What is the word yam? What type of word? B form. Next. It is what? B3. It is what? B3. No change. If both are same or different? Different. Now let us understand. This is very funny. I am killed means meaning is there or not? Yes? Is there any meaning? No data. No problem. I will explain now. I have killed. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I am killed. ನನ್ನೇ ಸಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. This is this one. For example, I have baked. I am baked. Baked means what? ಬೇಯಿಸೋ. I have baked. ನಾನು ಬೇಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಏನು? ಅನ್ನ, ಬೇಳೆ, vegetables, anything, no problem. I am baked. ನನ್ನೇ ಬೇಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ನೇ ಕುಕ್ಕರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೇಯಿಸಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. It is called funny English and peculiar English. Yes. I have seen. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have seen. Imagine, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಮದುವೆ ಹುಡುಗಿ, ನನ್ನ ಗಂಡು ಬಂದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. It is called peculiar English. I have told. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have told. ನಾನೇ ಹೇಳಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have washed. ನಾನು ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. I have washed. ನನ್ನೇ ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I have beaten. ನಾನು ಒದ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಶೂರ. I have beaten. ನನ್ನೇ ಒದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I have beaten. ನಾನೇ ಒದೆಗಳು ತಿಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಒದೆಯಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. It is called English. Yes. Please go back, play this video once more, understand. Later only you can understand the next session tenses. It is very, very important. It is connected to second year PUC 3 marks question B form plus B3. It is why my sincere request to you, my dear students, understand this one maximum. There shouldn't be any slightest doubt in your mind forever. Learn this one very well. Now listen. Have form plus V3 action is done by the subject. Here, be form plus V3 action is done to the subject, not by the subject. Please. Once more. Have form plus V3, this action is done by the subject. I. Here, be form plus V3 action is done to the subject, not by the subject. How to understand this concept some more exclusively in somewhat in advanced manner? Means, for example, now okay, Rama killed Ravana. Okay, you know this sentence better than me. I know it well. Rama killed Ravana. What kind of voice? Active voice. Okay. Change into passive voice. Ravana was killed by Rama. Oh, you know it better. Ravana was killed by Rama. Okay. Now, what is this passive voice? Oh, sorry. Passive voice. Active voice, passive voice. Okay. Now, Rama killed Ravana. Killing action is done by Rama. That is now. Here, done by Rama. Here, killing action is done to Ravana. It is called passive voice. It is why have form plus V3 is an active voice sentence. Be form plus V3 is a passive voice sentence. Please understand? Have you understood? Think, rethink, judge, rejudge, analyze, reanalyze. It is perfect. If you have the slightest doubt, you replay this video and listen from the beginning. It will never become wrong. Now, V2 active voice, that means what? B form plus V3 is passive voice. It is why action is done by subject means have form plus V3. Action is done to the subject means B form plus V3. It is the formula secret of V2. Now, have you understood? That's all, because I have to finish 2 more concepts under this V3. I will explain now. two more secrets. Now, here now V1 means present tense, V2 means past tense. Now V3 means what? No tense now. It is why, my dear students, our great English masters have created this one past participle. Now I go to college. I went to college. Listen. Now, understand. Next secret. If it is present tense, if it is past tense, there is no tense, it is called the past participle. Then, what is the tense? Where is the future tense? There are three tenses now: present tense, past tense, future tense. It is why, my dear students, now understand. Present tense is okay, past tense okay. Where is future tense? Future tense is not okay now. Future tense is not okay now. Present tense is here, past tense is here, no future tense. This is there is this is unable to find out. Future tense means solution is here. Nothing to worry. What is the solution? Now listen. What is this? Go. Yeah, will plus V1 is future tense. That's all. I go to college today. I went to college yesterday. I will go to college tomorrow. That's all. Now, I go to college present tense. I went to college past tense. I will go to college future tense tomorrow. I see the movie today. I saw the movie today. I will see the movie tomorrow. This is why to worry about future tense. It is why our great English masters, I am proud that our great English masters have provided all kind of information in this English language. I don't have to practice anything. They have given, I am giving it to you. Now, I kill a tiger, I killed a tiger, I will kill a tiger, future tense. That means, ನಾನು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ಹೋದೆ. I will go means what now? Please tell me. Note it down. Listen. According to you, ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. I went to ಹೋದೆ. Okay. Problem is this one. I will go to college tomorrow. Okay. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ನಾಳೆ. Okay. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ನಾಳೆ. Next word, kriya peda. What is the meaning of this word? Means ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. No. ನಾಳೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವೆನು, ಬರುವೆನು, ಕೊಡುವೆನು, ಹೇಳುವೆನು, ಓಡುವೆನು, ಓದುವೆನು. ವೆನು is that it is called future tense. ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಕೊಡುತ್ತೇನೆ, present tense. ಹೋದೆ, ಬಂದೆ, ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ, ಹೇಳ್ದೆ, ನಕ್ಕೆ, ಅತ್ತೆ, past tense. Now, I tell ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ, I told ಹೇಳಿದೆ, I will tell ಹೇಳುವೆನು. ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ present tense, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ present tense, ಹೇಳುವೆನು future tense. Please understand. Store this one in your mind forever. You don't have to worry for anything. Now, I bake, ಬೇಯಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. I baked, ಬೇಯಿಸಿದೆ. I will bake, ಬೇಯಿಸುವೆನು. I beat, ಹೊಡೆಯುತ್ತೇನೆ. I beg, ಹೊಡೆದೆ. I will beat, ಹೊಡೆಯುವೆನು. That's all. My dear students, it is your duty to learn this whole concept under one. Then 25% of English will be in your fist. You will become better in English language. My sincere request is understand this concept exclusively. Why means it is my habit to link one session to next session. If you have not understood this session means next session cannot be understood by you. properly. My dear students, you are genius, you are intelligent, you are brave, and you are excellent in it. Please practice this one. These all are new concepts. You are going to learn so many new concepts. My sincere request, advice, request, please understand this concept very well. You must become thorough and perfect. Later only you can understand next stage. It looks very simple, but it is not simple at all. Always we must judge why should we use this kind of sentence, this kind of rule. Everything should be understood by you exclusively. It is by my dear students. Understand this concept in my next session. First of all, I will clear here tense. Here I will clear the one more doubt I have to. It is my duty that my student never should have one slightest doubt. Now, if a present tense, past tense, future tense is over, I will give you one tense to V3. Please practice this one well. I have gone, present tense. I have gone, past tense. I will have gone, future tense. I have killed, present tense. I had killed, past tense. I will have killed, future tense. It is unnecessary to make you understand the tenses of. That means what? It can be used only for present tense. It will be for future tense. It is for past tense. This one, present to past to future. Three tenses. It is applicable to all three tenses, present tense, past tense, future tense. It is why our great lords of English have given past participle. It is by V3, present tense, past tense, future tense. For all tenses, it can be applicable, applied. It is why, my dear students, I am confident and happy that they have understood some new techniques and new things in this session. In my next session, I am going to teach you tenses. I know it better that already you are perfect, but I want to test you whether you have learned what I am going to teach. I am going to teach, but already you have learned it, but it is my duty to check or test you whether you have learned those all concepts or not. It is my duty. Okay, my dear students, thank you so much for being with me on the online classes, and I wish you all the best. In my next session, I will teach you the concept of tenses. Have a nice day. God bless you.